certainly dealing with the withdrawal of Simone Biles, and then coming back from that vault and winning gold on this event.
Now Jade Carey set on floor.
Brand new floor routine for her. There you go, your reigning Olympic gold medalist on the floor exercise.
And boy, has she come out of her shell. Nazi, can you believe it?
Oh, it's like we were talking to a different person. It is just so great to see. You know, she said she finally loves gymnastics again, and college really helped her.
It's just, I just get overwhelmed with the sense of joy. She just is so happy.
And not that she wasn't, you know, joyful and happy before, but there is just a whole different level of happiness here.
Get that score in a moment, but over to uneven bars and Connor McLean getting set, the 17-year-old who has taken the lead here, but obviously ups, downs, it's never all smooth. Back in December, Connor lost her dad, Mark, and her grandmother the same week to COVID, and they were so close, and certainly thinks about him throughout. Mom Lorinda watching, family, and the leotard with his initials, MM, Mark McLean, and set to go on uneven bars, which was, if you're looking for one area on the opening night, this was the one that gave her some trouble.
Yeah, absolutely. She definitely struggled on the uneven bars, and that was actually where she also had the concussion right before the U.S. Classic competition, but she needs to put all of that beside her now and do one skill at a time, just like she knows how to do it.
She has really a very tricky combination. Gorgeous. Oh, this is great. Very tricky right here. Deals with it. Big release, little close to the bar, but
little close, but connected it. Missed that connection day one. Oh my goodness.
That was fingertips for sure. Double pike, dismount.
Wow.
Small step, definitely significantly better.
And will be a much higher starting value, that difficulty, because she did that connection right there that she missed.
By the way, your dad can still move out there. Your mom and dad are a coach.
Also probably gave him a little bit of a heart attack on that last skill. Fingertips. But look at this connection. So a little bent arms there and some form break here, but that connection she missed night one. And look right here, look at her finger.
Oh, that was just barely.
Definitely heart skips a beat a little bit, both as an athlete and a coach. Double pike right here, chest up, working on obviously a more difficult dismount, but
it's a smile of relief right now, too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, she said, you know, in the past she always tried to be a people pleaser, and she says, now I'm doing it for myself. This is for me.
She said it's a lot more enjoyable that way, less stressful.
Success this year so far, too, so confidence from that coming in. I mentioned the win at the Winter Cup. There was another event that she won as well. And so coming here to the national championship, she had some momentum coming in, despite the concussion we mentioned before the U.S. Classic not long ago, a few weeks ago. John, do you have more on what we just saw?
Yeah, you know, it's boring, Terry, but handstands, 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 and it's not boring to the judges, but here's an example. Watch this as she does a toe-on full pirouette when her second hand gets on right there. Look at this angle, and I know Tim's going to love that one. She's almost 45 degrees from the handstand, and that is a major error. Any further than that, it's a 5/10 deduction. In between the 30 and the 45, it's going to be one of these babies. So that is what you got to look for on uneven bars.
Yeah, you're right, John. It is boring, and it's hard for the non-gymnastics person to understand, well, why would that be a deduction? It's just they're looking for perfection.
So 14.05, it's about 3/4 of a point higher than night one, though. So there was improvement, there's no doubt about it. Keep it here. Uneven bars, and Sky Blakely, 17-year-old from Texas, getting ready to go. Committed to the University of Florida, but perhaps not until Paris 2024.
She'll join her sister Sloane there. Beautiful start.
Great combination. And once again, right there, as John was mentioning, that handstand very low. And not only was it low in deduction, but it throws you off for that next skill.
This is beautiful, though. Inverted giants, double front. She's a wonderful gymnast, just beautiful lines. You know, it was such a heartbreak to watch her at the Olympic trials injure that elbow. She completely tore a ligament off the bone. Had 7 months of rehab trying to get the range of motion back. She looks fabulous to me.
And remember, initially she was too young for the Olympics, the Tokyo Games at least. Then they were pushed back a year, so she was right there in the mix. And by the way, Tim reminded her often.
I'm sure she loves you for that.
She was well aware.
Oh, golly, yes. So beautiful dismount, but the thing I loved is this inverted giant swing. So nice and great power, super technique as well on that dismount. Drives her heels.
Yeah, Nastia, you mentioned the handstand again, and this one, this could be critical right here. Watch where her second hand gets on, and let's see where the angle is. I mean, there's a lot going on there. Obviously, we moved a little bit past it, but bent in the hips, the angle of the handstand that she missed. Nastia, I'll let you judge that one. You are a master at the handstands. Maybe you can give us some insight on how to hit those, but that looks like a big deduction. Your thoughts?
You know, sometimes, fortunately for the athletes, this moves so quickly that when the judges are watching it, it could just kind of be almost, you know, personal, kind of in the moment. I think obviously at least it was at that 45, if not even below.
Yeah, I think they're going to take 5 on that. And, you know, the interesting thing is the FIG, the governing body of sport worldwide, is experimenting with trying to have computers and AI be able to record things like angles, and they're really trying to get to that.
Makes sense. Look at the number, 13.85. On floor, Olympic gold medalist. Meanwhile, Jordan Charles set on floor.
lot of gymnastics in that routine, and she has still got it. She introduced a new tumbling run in her first pass. You know, one of my favorite stories about Jordan in the lead up for the Olympics, which was long, we would ask all the athletes, so do you ever think about going to the Olympics? Do you ever say it out loud? Do you talk to people about it? And almost everyone would say no. Just throw it out, push it out of my mind instantly. She told me at least three to four times a day.
Which is more accurate for every single athlete.
College star in Westwood at UCLA now too. Newfound excitement and purpose. Zora Stevenson, you have more?
Well, Jordan Chiles enters the competition this weekend with a new superpower, and it's probably not what you're thinking. It's not that of a hero on TV. It's the result of a series of experiences. And Terry, as you and the crew touched on, Jordan was called into action in Tokyo when her teammate Simone Biles withdrew from the Olympics. Chiles' superpower is the ability to day of the U.S. Championships with the mindset of whatever happens, happens.
Still dancing, by the way.
Yeah.
The floor exercise routine hasn't ended yet. Waiting for the number. 13.9 uneven bars, and that's in green. So positive for Sky Blakely. Shilese Jones trying to bounce back a bit after that opening effort over on beam. As we continue from Tampa. So the number for Jordan Chiles, 13.9 in green there, floor exercise. Yeah, and it continues. Having a good time tonight, I think.
You know, and that's something that actually Jordan and Jade both said, that they wanted to bring a little bit more fun to the competition floor.
And so in fourth place, heading in, Kayla DiCello, set on balance beam.
Back dive to a handstand. We used to see that from a lot of gymnasts. It has been devalued for the code for 2022 through 2024. And look at that. He does that as well as anybody in the world. It may not look that difficult. Go ahead, just push the coffee table out of the way and give that a try. Just go around once, though.
No, thank you.
So far, pretty calm and confident. Big test right here. Great.
Kayla, so many great sport, but you know, not qualifying for the Olympics, that was, you know, very, very challenging. She said going to the Worlds only 2 or 3 months later was wonderful, and having success, she said, it made me know that, yeah, all the hard work, it does pay off.
There's the dismount, double tuck. Big hop forward, and that chest was pretty low on that landing. You see that execution 8.0.
Headed to the University of Florida directly from here, as a matter of fact.
Four suitcases and all.
That's it, yeah. It was pretty good. 4 suitcases. Shilese
You took
Jones.
4 suitcases for this gig, didn't you?
Floor exercise here. Leader coming into tonight with some problems opening up on balance beam.
Got to get it back right here. Big tumbling.
was a great way to move on from the fall she had on her first event on the balance beam, and she needs to stay on this track now for her next 2 events.
Guys, am I right? I mean, most people think she can accomplish big-time things.
Absolutely, and she's always been capable of doing that. One of the best athletes I've seen on the floor. She just has battled a little bit of inconsistency throughout her career. We saw that vanish day 1, and there's a great comeback there with that floor routine.
I mean, some amazing things we just saw with that floor routine from Shilese Jones, the 20-year-old from the Seattle area. So we'll see what that does numbers-wise, where she moved in the standings as we continue in the national championships.